tengah krisis energi akibat perang Rusia dan juga Ukraina, menyebabkan banyak negara-negara di benua Eropa ramai-ramai memburu batu bara Indonesia. Salah satu negara yang melirik batu bara ibu pertiwi adalah Belanda. Sebetulnya Belanda adalah negara yang berambisius dalam penggunaan energi hijau. Lantas, apa yang menyebabkan negara kincir angin tersebut kembali mengaktifkan pembangkit listrik tenaga uap? Serta Belanda juga dikenal sebagai negara yang banyak sekali berinvestasi di Indonesia. Apa saja proyek-proyek kedepannya yang akan dibangun di Indonesia? Untuk mengetahui hal tersebut, saya akan mengajak Anda untuk berbincang langsung dengan Duta Besar Belanda untuk Indonesia, hanya di Prime Words. Pemirsa, saat ini saya sudah bersama dengan Duta Besar Belanda untuk Indonesia, His Excellency Lambert Grijns. Hello, how are you, Your Excellency?
Hello, Ms. Bunga. I'm very fine. Thank you very much for being here at the Dutch Embassy.
Perfect. It is my very pleasure to meet you and talk to you in person.
Thank you very much.
So let's discuss about the current topic. It's about the threat of energy crisis in Europe. Several European countries have revived coal-fired power plants, including the Netherlands. So what is really going on actually in Netherlands regarding to the energy supply, especially for the electricity in this winter?
Okay, well, recently the European Union has given a very powerful message by abandoning the import of coal and oil from Russia. Coal already will be stopped as of August next month, and oil within 6 to 8 months from now. The Netherlands, on top of that, has decided that it will also stop the import of gas from Russia by the end of this year. Now, of course, the situation is very different country by country in Europe, but in the Netherlands, the dependency of gas from Russia is around 15%, 15%. So, yes, it is quite a bold decision, but it is for a good reason. Because when you buy coal, when you buy oil, or when you buy gas from Russia, you're funding the war. As we are talking right now, or last week when President Jokowi was in Moscow, and before, Russia has been consistently shelling and bombing cities and many places, infrastructure in Ukraine, deliberately targeting innocent civilians. They are targeting civilian locations, schools, hospitals, shopping malls last week, complete apartment blocks, which is unacceptable. So by deciding not to buy Russian oil, not to buy Russian gas, not to buy Russian coal, we decided that we did not want to fund, to subsidize the Russian war economy. It comes at a price, though, for us. It's not an easy decision because we are heavily dependent on energy. Now, the recent developments, because of the acute lack of energy, we decided, yes, we will have to temporarily, this year, maybe next year, allow the 4 remaining coal-fired power plants to produce more, up to 100% capacity. So we are going to use coal temporarily, but the long-term vision is that we really want to phase out coal by 2030, and we are going to invest heavily in a climate-neutral, fossil-free economy.
Your Excellency, we all know that the Netherlands is one of the countries that has restriction on the use of coal, as you said before. But then how will they continue use of the green energy if the coal energy returns without limits?
Yes, so the resumption of the use of coal is temporarily only. We expect that we cannot look into the future, but that we might need to use coal for around 1 year, maybe 2 years, and then again resume reducing coal. The picture is clear. No coal anymore after the year 2030, which is zero. Coal is out. It's so much last year. Only temporarily we have to now increase the use of coal until we have found enough alternatives, alternative import of gas and maybe oil, especially gas, and alternative policies in the country to reduce consumption. And most importantly is the massive investment in renewable energy. So we're doubling down now on offshore wind. Offshore wind is becoming very big. If you look at the North Sea, which is the sea in front of the Netherlands, you see massive windmill parks everywhere, and it will be expanded. Solar energy, all kind of, and we are also, I think, one of the countries most investing in hydrogen capacity, which is hopefully the energy carrier of the future.
Okay. Does the Netherlands need a coal supplies from Indonesia, the largest coal producing country in the world? Like, how far is the communication built to import Indonesian coal?
Yes, it's a relevant question. I understand that from Indonesia, there's the question, okay, will the Netherlands buy Indonesian coal? I work at the government, but this is very much a market issue where private parties will have to negotiate. So the coal-fired power plants are allowed to increase their capacity temporarily. And yes, they are going to need to find more coal. I know they are looking in the United States, in South Africa, and other markets as well. I'm sure they're also talking to Indonesia and to Indonesian producers of coal. But it depends on long-term contracts. It depends on the quality of the coal. It depends on the availability of coal. So this is typically a matter of markets and private parties negotiating with each other.
Back about the coal, if Netherlands need a coal supplies from Indonesia, there's a lot of challenges such as low calories, and then it is so far away to import coal from Indonesia to Netherlands. What's your opinion about that?
My opinion is very simple. The ones who are buying coal will buy the best quality for the lowest price. That's their principle. So independent where it will come from, they will try to make the best deal. That's what everyone who is doing trade does, right? So if Indonesia can deliver coal of a good quality in sufficient quantities, the Dutch would be very happy to buy Indonesian coal. But this is a matter of supply and demand. So these are mostly private parties who are negotiating.
So until now, does the Netherlands interest in Indonesian coal?
Sure, we are interested in coal from everywhere.
And Russia give discount for their coal. What's your opinion?
Pardon me?
Russia recently just give a discount for their coal. What's your opinion?
Yeah, well, on coal from Russia, we have taken a very firm decision, a very powerful message taken by the whole European Union. So all member states of the European Union have decided not to buy Russian coal already as of August this year. So as of 3 weeks from now, we will stop import of Russian coal. And it can be cheap, whatever, we will not buy it.
Okay, so how the Netherlands encouraging the citizen for the efficient use of the electricity for the citizen and for the industry amidst the threat of the winter energy crisis?
Yeah, that's typically something where a government can play a role to help citizens understand the importance of reducing energy consumption, as well as industries helping them to reduce energy consumption by introducing, for instance, efficient technologies. Now, for private households, the Dutch government for many years already has given a lot of subsidies, not to fuel or to fuel consumption, but they give subsidies to measures to reduce fuel consumption. For instance, in my house, in the attic, I had insulation, so a thick layer of the kind of mattress which reduces the cold to enter my house. So my house has a kind of blanket on the inside. We call it insulation. And I could get a subsidy from the government to pay for that. So the government is helping me to insulate my house. So I've kind of put a blanket on the inside of my house, which makes it easier for me not to use so much gas. So I hardly use any gas in the winter anymore to heat the house for heating, because it's already I already have this blanket in the house. Now, this is typically a measure which the government can take. In the industry, we see that the Netherlands is the second biggest agriculture exporter in the world. We are a very big exporter of agricultural products because of very intensive farming, greenhouses. The greenhouses, they use gas. Now, for instance, the reuse of heat. They use gas for heating. The heat is normally disappearing. Now, how can you reuse the heat which is being used by the greenhouse? So, in that kind of, just an example, there the government is trying to support entrepreneurs, farmers, to use more efficient production techniques.
Okay, Your Excellency, this is a very interesting discussion, but we will continue to discuss more about Netherlands after the break. Pemirsa, jangan kemana-mana, tetap di Prime Words CNBC Indonesia. What types of good or services are most affected by the price increase due to the inflation in Netherlands?
Yeah, you see a mixture of things happening. Of course, energy is becoming very expensive. The gas we need to heat our homes, the fuel we need to ride our cars. But also the price of food is clearly increasing because of the food crisis we just discussed, and the price of labor.